In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would use $50 a day in ad spend if I was an online coach to scale my coaching business to $10, $20, or even $30,000 per month. Many of you are like, hey, Brandon, I've seen this follower ad thing, but how do I implement it? I'm going to cover that in this video and also some other real life examples with other online coaches just like you. This is the ads masterclass that I recorded live of people asking me in real time their questions about ads. So if you're an online coach, you want to get more clients with ads, I'm telling you, this video is for you. Not too long ago, I was literally sitting in my house asking, how in the world am I going to pay my mortgage? Because I didn't know where my next coaching client was, going to come from. Fast forward, we won the school games and have won two Comma Club awards in the last few years and are going to be able to request our third one actually now. So nonetheless, ads literally changed my life along with many other personal growth things that have led me here. But if you're a coach, you want more clients, this video is going to help you do exactly that. Let's dive in. All right, how to know if a follower ad is working, like when you first launch it, and just like some basic KPIs, right? Pretty simple stuff, but yeah, whenever you launch the ad, right, like ideally you stick to the script, which is like, hey, are you, well, I'll just write out the script, are you blank, right, person, which is your niche, dealing with blank, right, which is the pain, right? And then let me let some people in. Okay, cool. And then it's pretty simple, right? Like after the pain, if so, follow me here on right here to see how I went from, right? Because ideally you're coaching on something you've done or your clients have done, right? Blank to blank using XYZ. So again, right? Give me a follow. So that's like the basic script for the ad, right? So then it's literally just a boosted post, right, to get followers, right? After those people follow, you have a chat conversation, right? After that chat conversation, right, it goes into, they book a call, right? So then it's a booked call, right? After they book the call, then you want them to watch your VSL, which is a 30-minute, program breakdown video. After they watch your VSL, right, then they actually hop on the Zoom call with you, right? So just like basic KPIs of what to expect when you launch your very first follower ad are, pretty simple. And by the way, in the chat, how many of you are running follower ads? If you're running a follower ad currently, put, follower in the chat, the word follower. Cool. So a few people. So basically, whenever you first launch your follower ad, my advice is anywhere from $20, to $100 a day. So let's say we're at $30 a day, right? What I've seen typically is that you're going to get your first client somewhere between the first $300 and $1,500 of ad spend. So long as this is the case, right, then your ad is working, right? And then also, let's go through like each KPI. I don't care about follower ad costs. Like how much does it cost to get a follower, right? So some of my best ads have been $10, but I would expect anywhere from $1 to $7, right? Maybe 10. And this usually happens and dials in after the first few days. So the first, 3 days, if you will, of this $30 a day spend are the learning phase. So I would even go as far as say the first $300. So you're in like the learning phase, right? Until you spend, $200 to $300. That means all the KPIs will be off. And then once you're in the 300 to 1500 range, it's the sweet spot, right? So followers, right? $1 to $10 is what you're shooting for. Chat, right? We literally message everyone, right? Booked call. This is the number I care about. Should be between 100 and 300 per call. If you're like selling like a 25K offer to like 7-figure CEOs, it might be more expensive, like 5 to 700, but ideally, we're trying to get between 100 for most offers and 300 cost per call, right? And then if you're in like the fitness niche, like this could be, depending on your offer, like it could be way cheaper. Like I've seen people do $50 calls, right? After they book a call, everyone watches your VSL, and then the KPI for closing should be 1 out of 3, 1 out of 5. So let me show you guys like how this could work. So let's say the price of your offer is 2,500 bucks, right? So long as you're booking calls for, $100, let's say, right? And you close 1 out of 5, that means you spent $500 to get 5 sales calls, and you closed 1 out of 5. That means you turned 500 bucks, right, into, 2,500, right? Let's say it's $200 calls, right? And you still close 1 out of 5. Now you turned 1,000 bucks, right, into 2,500, right? Let's say you get better at sales, though, right? So you're still getting $200 calls, but you get way better at sales. So now you close 1 out of 3. Now you turn 600 bucks into 2,500, right? Or let's do something really cool. Let's say you get better at sales and the cost per call stays the same originally. Now you're spending 300 bucks to get a $2,500 client, right? So this is literally how it works. And then once you figure out these numbers, when you're within, this span of spending money, then literally all you do, right, to, go, double things, right? Because what we want to do next is like double the ad spend, is literally go up here, record the same style ad, okay, and then literally just launch it again. New ad, basically the same script, new location. Now we're spending $60 a day, right? We're booking, a call a day, a call every other day, and taking more sales calls. So this is literally what you can expect whenever you start scaling your follower ads, right? And you can even do a third one, right? So now you've got 3 ads going, $30 a day, and now you're spending X amount per month, and then you get into like wanting to run retargeting ads, things like that. So just to reiterate, when you first start your ad, basically that's what it's going to look like. It's just one ad. Like the goal is to get a client within the first 300 to 1,500 bucks, and then from that, obviously, keep going. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, that helps. I'm at $118 spent right now, so that makes me feel better.
Yeah, then you're 100% in the learning phase.
Okay,
Um, and I wouldn't even worry about it yet.
sweet.
Yep.
Appreciate it, Brandon.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Whoever wants to ask something can just unmute.
Yeah, mate. I was just wondering, let's say on $50 a day ad spend, what would you recommend? Like, how would you recommend splitting that between follower ads, messenger ads, and retargeting? If you would do retargeting at that amount.
Yeah. What's your offer?
It's real estate education essentially.
So
Airbnb
basically,
arbitrage.
you spend right $50 a day. Like so, basically, the question is like, how would I spend, my ad budget if I only had 50 bucks a day?
Yeah.
Cool. And then how much do you charge?
3K.
$3,000. And then have you already gotten sales for this?
Yeah. So we have done. So I actually had your old like low ticket program like a year ago or something. And I was
Mhm.
doing splitting my ad spend between this and also like Facebook lead forms. And I've just gone over like the last year, and the ROAS for this was like 9 to 1, and my Facebook lead forms was like 2 to 1, which I know I should have been tracking it more before now, but that's why now I'm just going to focus on this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
It's a
So if
lot
you had,
better.
do you already have a follower ad going?
Just launched a new one again, yeah,
When did you launch it?
a couple of hours ago.
Okay, cool. And then how much are you spending on it?
Just 25 on that one.
And you want to spend 50 a day, you said?
Yeah.
then yeah, I would just film another follower ad.
Okay,
It's basically like the same script, maybe just a different location. And I would spend 25 a day on each.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then at what point would you recommend doing like a messenger ad, would you say?
Yeah. So what I typically recommend is this first, right? And then after you get a couple sales, right, from your follower ads, then switching over and then launching a DM ad, right? So
Okay.
then you could literally get on here, do, like one of those carousel, Twitter carousel DM ads. And then like on the back end of it, like after the last slide, you literally just ask them to DM you. And then you
Hmm.
literally boost it the same way you did your follower ad, except now we're going to run it to DMs. So basically more messages. And then so what I would
Yeah, yeah.
do is 25 a day here, right? Do another one at 25 a day. Make sure it's profitable first. Once it is, take that money and then launch one of these. Now you're spending, right, $75 a day, let's say, right? So now you'd be spending $75 a day times 30 days is what? Let me check.
22, 25, I think, maybe.
Yep, 2250. And
Or 22.50.
ideally, 2250 in ads, turns into, for this to make sense, like minimum of 3x, which would mean you need to get, uh, you know, basically, let's
Just
say,
under 8K.
yeah, like let's say this would be fine,
Okay.
right? Because ideally it's better though, and it probably will be, but let's just say that's like the goal, right? Because then the numbers work, right? So it's like if you spent 22,000 on ads, you would do 67,000. But again, these are bad numbers. The goal is that it's better than 3x, that it's
Sure.
5x. So, and then literally what you do is once you prove to yourself, like, hey, this works, right? Then what you do is literally just start uh, stair stacking ad spend to go from here to here. So like 2.2K, right? And the goal is to get to 22K, right? Over the next few months, like literally just like stair stack it. And then each time you want to scale your ads, you don't increase, like the $25. You never do that, right? What you do is literally and I teach this all the time, but literally what you do is you just launch another ad, and then you move into
Sure.
retargeting ads, right? So yeah, bro, that's how I would spend $50 per day of ad spend if I was a coach.
Thank you very much. And
Yeah.
just sorry, just can I ask just one more very quick question on that?
Yep.
Um, with the 225s, let's say, um, like how do you know like if one's performing against another one? Because you'll be doing your ROAS between the two. I know it'll obviously say like will it just be on like the cost per follower, or like how would you best measure that? Just in case one's performing really well and the other one isn't, then it might be worth redoing one.
I view this as blended. So since there's not like high roast, things like that, like so long as I'm getting calls, that's really all I care about. Like as long
Okay,
as I'm getting calls between 100 and $400, I don't care. I leave
cool.
it on. And
Wicked.
so long as everything is profitable, right? Now, if you spend $2,200 and get, which is very possible, this could happen. You spend $2,200 and get no leads, no book calls, nothing. I would have shut this off sooner, like between the first 300 and 1,500, right? But ideally, you should have booked calls in this time frame already. Because let me explain it this way: ads are not magic. So you could be doing everything right ad wise, right? People are coming in, they're following you, they're liking your stuff, right? You're having good conversations, right? Like you're having good chats, like they're booking calls, but let's just say you suck at sales. So it could be that you spend 2,200 bucks on sales, you get 10 calls, and then close zero. Why? Because you suck at sales. Not you. I'm just saying for everyone listening. Or
Sure.
or vice versa. You could spend 2,200 bucks on ads, suck at setting, and book one call, and then blame the ads. So the ads only work as good as your setting skill set, your closing skill set, and your closing is very dependent on how good your VSL is, And your VSL, is only as good as how many calls you book, and the ads are only as good as the skill set. So they all work together.
Understood. Thank you so much for that, bro. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it, honestly.
Yeah.
That's very
Hope that
good.
helps. Totally. Cool. Who's got another one?
Hey, what's up, Brandon?
What's up, bro?
Chilling, chilling. Good to see you again, man. I was in the Kingdom
I
Coach.
remember you.
Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get this locked in so I can get to buy some more coaching from you. So I really want to get this sorted out. But with the follower ads, I have a question. Are you finding that when people follow you from the follower ad and you start that conversation, are those conversations leading to book calls or do they need like retargeting ads? I feel like I get to the end of my conversation, like, you want to hop on a call, etc. And then I'm getting a lot of like resistance or like people kind of dropping off at that point. And I'm like, do they just need to see me more? It's like they know like and trust thing. Um, I'm getting people, I'm having good conversation, but is for some reason I'm getting a lower conversion of like getting them over the hump to actually get on that call and book that call.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. What are you doing revenue wise per month?
I'm only getting a couple sales per month. My program is 3K, so I'm a plant-based coach, a weight loss coach. So yeah, I would probably say like one or two, like 3 to 6K per month.
Sweet. And then how much are you spending on ads?
So I just have the one follower ad that's at $40 a day.
So let's do some math here. 40 times 30. So you're spending 1200 on ads to get, we'll just say 4.5K. So that works. The math works. Um,
Okay.
I think it's two things. Like just from me, like diagnosing this. Number one, you're not spending enough, right? And then number two, um, right, like skills is an issue. And I'll explain. So, for instance, the math works as in if we took these same numbers and just did more, right? That's 1200 into 45K. I mean, 12,000 in ads into 45K. Like that works. I think a better thing to do would be we take that same 1200 and then get it to 9K by increasing our skills, right? And then literally the same, kind of thing here is true where, right, now we're spending, 12K to do 90K, which is pretty normal for fitness coaches. Both of
Okay.
these. So like nothing that you're showing me is wrong. Um, I would say you're kind of in this like feedback loop of like, right, the difference between, 4.5K and 1200 isn't very much,
Mhm.
right? So it's like there's low profit. There's not much left over after ad spend, after software, after actually coaching these people. So it's like sucks.
Yeah.
But, you know, let me kind of show you this. If we were to literally just like double the ads, um, right, 2400, now you're spending 9K. Now it grows some more. And then if you literally just went to 4200, right, to 18K, now it's like, okay, bro, now there's 14 grand left over. So
Right.
that a lot of times it's spending, but I think basically what you're saying is this, like the ultimate question is people are following you, right? You're having the convos, right? You're booking calls, but it's not going super well, right? They're watching
Right.
your VSL and then you're taking the call and you're closing them. So I think like the two issues that I'm seeing is A, we could be spending more, and then B, the convos potentially could be better. But what you could do in the meantime, because how many followers do you have?
I think it's right around like 5,000 or so.
5,000. What you could do is launch, a couple retargeting ads, right? Even
Okay.
if it's $5 a day, just like those DM me retargeting ads, um, and then run those straight to a conversation.
Combos. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just those
Okay.
story graphics, a picture of you. Hey, I'm looking to help five people lose weight with the plant-based diet. DM me the word plants to learn more.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think like I want to spend more, but then I'm also just like, but I don't know if I'm gonna make more. So I'm like, it's I mean, I know it's dumb, right? Because if you follow the process and you spend more, then you make more. But it's kind of like when you got to figure out, okay, do I need to spend this on this and not really see return right away? You know, everyone has bills and things like that. So it's kind of like, okay, you're trying to just balance it out. But when you said the threshold is like, 500 or you said 300 to like 1500 for a book call, then I can understand why the speed of getting the calls booked is slower and I'm feeling like it's not working when I just probably need to up everything up and just up the faith and just, drop the money on to spending more.
Dude, dude, do you want to know again, like what I'm telling you guys is not financial advice, and there's always a risk in business, right? So, I mean, I experience it, right? Like whenever I first started, whenever I went from spending 40 a day to 100 a day to 500 a day to 2000 a day. Like you think, not talking to you, but like you think I wasn't scared? Heck yeah, I was scared. Like, bro, that's a lot of money. I used to make $5,000 a month. Now I'm spending that in 2.5 days. I was like, bro, but you have to actually, so then this is where coaching becomes important because it's three things. It's a mindset as well. And this is the mindset. This will help you. Right now, I can promise you, you think ads are an expense.
Mm,
It's like, dang, Brandon. Like, bro, I'm seeing this $40 charge hit my card, every time it reaches 300 bucks. Like, I hate that. But if we see them as an investment, right? Because they are, like, ads are an investment. Now it becomes almost like a game of crypto. Like, the more you can put in, or the more you'll get back. And then
mm,
I mean, there's a breaking point to all this, and you have to do it the right way, and you can get burned, and you can, you know, basically screw up. But ads are an investment, especially if done properly. And the thing is like you're already getting a return on ad spend, especially the months you're doing 6K. And I know there was months where you're doing even more before. So I think mainly mindset about ads, skills with, you know, good marketing combos, getting better at sales. I think you could charge 4K too. That would help.
yeah.
And then spending just more on ads. One thing I've seen coaches do is coaches are very, very quick to spend, 12K on a program, but very, very, very freaking slow to spend 1K on ads. So it's like to the level you're investing in yourself, like you're also investing in yourself when you choose to spend money on ads. So yeah, bro. I hope this
Sure.
helped, dude.
Dude, super helpful. Can I ask you one quick question?
Yeah.
Just follow up. So where does because I just started a school group, like where would the school is that you are on combos with people and then people that don't book the calls, you send them to the school? Like how does that act as an incubator? I get it, but then I'm a little fuzzy.
So, want my honest answer to you, bro?
Yeah.
Like, my honest answer is like, I wouldn't even mess with school.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
fair.
I would stay super focused on one funnel,
Okay.
right? Until you're, at least, I mean, again, my advice changes based on person, but 10 to 30K a month, right?
Okay.
And then you could consider moving some people into school as like a nurturing and then into YouTube. But
Okay.
ultimately, bro, I would stay focused on yeah, where you're at.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm
that way you're not adding extra to your plate.
Yeah. No, for
Yeah.
sure.
Hope that helped, bro.
Yeah, super, man. I'm once I get these sales going, man, I'm gonna definitely jump back in, bro. But I appreciate everything.
Perfect. Yeah, sure thing. Cool. Who's next?
How
Hey,
does it work? Do
Brandon.
we just unmute?
Yeah, literally. What's up,
Go for it,
Adam?
Dad.
What's
Go
up?
for it.
What's up? Hey, I got a question on the school funnel. I'm running the school funnel. Is there a reason you don't do like the like lock the courses, book a call to unlock all the courses? I've seen that method, and I'm trying that right now, but I've noticed like okay, people are just booking calls because they want to unlock courses. They're not really interested, you know.
Yeah, bro.
So-
I That's a great question. I would say I just like haven't done it.
yeah, yeah,
Like, dude, one thing
Use the
about me is
right
like I
lanes
don't
to turn
really
slightly right
overthink.
onto South Fleming.
Let me turn that guy off. Okay, yeah, I just don't really overthink on stuff. So for me, I run traffic into school once they accept, right? Obviously, like we chat with people, and then I post stuff, and then I get people over to my YouTube channel, and then people come to the ads masterclass, and then people basically all my content are mini VSLs that actually help
Mhm.
people. And at the end, there's hey, book a call. Um, I haven't tried it, so I can't speak to it. But
Yeah,
my philosophy is, um, I would rather have less calls from school,
yeah,
but them be super qualified. So like our school calls are like super super qualified.
yeah. That makes sense if they go through the VSLs and more
Like I think we
friction,
book
but
like
yeah.
I think we book like 2 or 3 a day from school max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of in the same space, B2B coach. I was an agency owner for like 5 years, and then I'm now transitioning into coaching. I got 2 clients, 400 a week. But yeah, I'm just looking to grow that. I'm focused on the school group right now and just kind of using that as my unique mechanism as well. Hey, let me teach you the automated school system. Um, so getting like $10, about $10 to get people in the group, it's pretty decent, I would assume. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I just need to get the calls. I think I'm going to switch. I think that's the main thing. It just like instead of unlock the courses because that's gotten me calls that aren't really qualified. Um, but with school, also, do you notice like the engagement in the DMs is challenging at your volume compared to like Instagram, like the response rate?
Yep. So response rate is definitely lower,
Yeah.
but quality is definitely higher. So,
Mm,
um, yeah, school, again, what I've learned is, let me say it this way. When you're first starting out, the funnel you want to run is the easiest funnel, which in my opinion is Instagram, the cheapest funnel, which in my opinion is also Instagram, and then the
mm,
fastest funnel to implement, which is also Instagram. But once you get established and get good and have money, then you want to do the opposite. You want to implement the hardest funnel for people to copy, which is, I would say, school. The hardest, I would say, the most expensive funnel for people to copy, which is school, because it takes a bit to get going. Uh, and yeah, the slowest for people to copy, because then you have to. So my advice would be, I don't know you outside of this conversation briefly, unless you've got like a bunch of cash stacked up, I would probably suggest like using Instagram to like get followers and messages, and then show them the school funnel versus like actually running the school funnel. But again, my advice is just very quick on this call, but I mean, you could definitely
sure,
do it.
sure.
I'm just saying, like, the point of school is after you're a bit, established, you kind of implement it, and it
Mm,
crushes, but it's like a VSL, right? Like, you got to spend 2, 3 grand to get it up and running first. Does
that
that
makes
help at
sense.
all? I know I'm said a lot just now.
Yeah, yeah, no. I know it's because I've got the schools, everything built out, but definitely early in the stages of my business. And I remember you mentioned like for B2B, it might make sense for school to do school instead of Instagram because I was doing follower ads, but like you were mentioning, it's pretty saturated in the coaches helping coaches space.
hmm Yeah, it is. So if you're doing the coach helping coaches space, then yeah, I have a lot of thoughts, bro. Yeah, yeah, we could definitely help, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know like how open you are to chatting, but I'll put a link in the chat. No pressure, but you
yeah,
could just totally hop on and chat with me. Um, yeah, because custom advice is more so for offers like that. Because like, dude,
yeah.
here's the thing: coaching coaches. You've got to have a unique mechanism. You have to tell your story. There has to be something worth them like breaking the silence. Like it's got to be different. And school could definitely be that. But even now, bro, like I'm seeing 50 people probably are now literally just copying my school ads. So
Yeah.
it's like you could totally do it, but I think creating like your own angle on it, mixing it with your story, you'll freaking crush.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I
Appreciate it.
hope that helped. Another thing
Yeah,
people do is
definitely.
they put phone numbers in the question form when people join, and then literally they have a zap where they send them a text. Hey, thanks for joining school. Book a call here, whatever. So, yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. That's smart.
Yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. I just don't like
Okay.
distracting people with school because school is great. Everyone should use it, but it's like
Yeah.
drink responsibly. It's like school
For
responsibly,
sure.
right? So hope this helps,
I
dude.
feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bless you, bro. Great to meet you.
Thanks.
Cool. Let's go to the next.
Hey, Brandon.
Who's talking? Brooks.
My name
What's
is
up,
Brooks.
dude?
Yep. Hey, question for you. Can you just explain quickly, like is it in your gut? Is it in your testing? How do you know when to start raising your prices in your career, in your history?
That's a great question, bro. Here, let me mute some people. If you guys could try and stay muted, just out of respect for everyone that's taking time out of their day. I know a lot of you guys are busy. Okay, cool. Great question. How to know when you should raise your prices, or I'll even go over like how to raise your prices. Let's do this before I jump into this. Put in the chat what you guys are currently charging. How can I successfully run fitness ads? That's great. Dude, honestly, my favorite person to work with, and I haven't niched down to them just because we help a lot of people. My favorite people to work with are fitness coaches, because if you just have a niche, right, then you stand out because most personal trainers, coaches, like they coach everyone. So a good niche, some follower ads, good setting process, VSL, like you crush. Okay, 5 to 8K, 1500, 2500, 4500, 8K, 1500. Okay, so let's talk about it. Here's how and when you should increase your prices. And I'm going to actually start just with my story, very high level, and then I'll work backwards. So when I first started, I'll start with my marketing agency. I literally signed up somebody for $300 over Venmo, and I thought I was rich. No joke. I was like, holy crap. Like I hit the lottery. So $300 to me back then was a lot of money. Okay. So that's, the first thing. And then I went to charge, like 500, right? And then 1,000. But here's how you know when to increase your prices back then is the $300 turned out to be a lot of work for the amount of value I was providing, right? So then I did 1,000. It's like almost like you get frustrated with like, man, I got another client. If you're not happy about it, you should charge more, right? Then I ended up charging someone 5,500 for a different service, but basically the same thing, a month. Okay. And I was like, holy crap, like what just happened? But if I'm honest, it failed miserably because the service was bad. Okay. It just didn't go well. Right. Price too high, delivered too low. Okay. And this is like way back when I first started. So let's talk about coaching. Okay. I'll never forget getting my first coaching client for $1,500. Right. I thought I had struck gold, and I was like, holy crap. Then, for a season, I was charging 5K for a program. And then I created another program, right? 12K, right? And then now there's other offers where people pay me 25K, right? And the way you increase your price practically is, let's say you're charging 1,500 right now, right? Let's get 10 people in there at 1.5K. Okay. Now that you're better, now that you feel confident, literally raise your price. Let's go to 3K. Let's get, 20 people in there, right? Are you still confident? Are you delivering double value? Then boom, let's get 50 people into a 5K thing, right? And so the name of the game isn't just increasing your price for the sake of increasing your price, but if people are paying it, right, then do it. Or let's say like you notice people start falling off, wanting refunds, then it's like you go back down, say you meet in the middle at 3.5 or something like that. But a lot of times people don't charge their worth, which is a big problem. So there's like the red pill test, right? So like A to B, okay? You're going to help people go from, let's just say being 180 pounds, right, to 160. So you're going to help people lose 20 pounds and get abs, okay? If there was a magic red pill that you could sell to someone at the mall and literally in 100 days, right, they have abs and weigh 160 pounds, how much would they pay for that? Donald Trump, would pay $10 million, right? Because he has money, right? I'll just use another extreme. A homeless person would pay you zero because they have no money. So oftentimes the pricing of your offer actually just determines who you work with. Does this make sense? So before you can even determine price, you need to figure out who do you want to serve, right? Who are they? How are you going to help, right? And then do they have money? If they have money, ideally charge as much as possible. So long as when you charge 5K, you should be delivering 10K minimum worth of value. So then it's like a no-brainer. Like, of course they should do it. You're delivering so much value. So that's how I do it. It's basically like a staircase method. Like get some people in there, build some confidence, make the program better, right? So,
Okay.
Yo, I hope this video helped you. And really, there's two options. Option A is you can leave this video right now, implement all the stuff you learned, and really scroll around my YouTube channel to learn even more. Or option B is you're like, yo, Brandon, I've got an ad budget. I don't have time. I don't have expertise on this. I need help. If that's you, what I want you to do is click the link down below to book in a time to chat with us. Very simple. On that call, we're just going to get a sense of where you're at currently, where you want to get to, and identify any roadblocks that could be holding you back. And if we genuinely feel like we're able to help, we'll show you exactly how we can. We make no guarantees, no big claims, and honestly, we're just people out here trying to help people that we think we can help. So if that's you, what I want you to do is click the link down below to book in a time to chat. Or if you're like, yo, Brandon, I just got to know you, I'm going to pin a video somewhere on the screen here where you can learn more about the IG growth funnel and how that could help you step-by-step implement this strategy into your coaching business. And hey, if you don't want to do either of those, but you're like, I kind of like this guy's content, it means a lot if you comment, like, subscribe down below, or even share this video with a friend. Peace, guys. I'll talk to you soon.